Welcome to Behind the Sale, real talk on real estate, your go-to podcast for buying and selling homes right here in Michigan City and Northwest Indiana. I'm Eric Tornes, and in each episode, we'll break down the local market, share expert insights, and give you the real story behind every sale. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in this fast-growing region, we've got the tips, trends, and insider knowledge to help you make the best moves. So hit subscribe and let's get started. So, all right, everybody, welcome. My name is Eric Tornes. I work for At Properties, Christie's International Real Estate. I am joined by Brittany Herbert from Proper Title.
Yeah.
And we're just going to have a little discussion today about kind of what you do and explain to folks kind of the things that you do to help our clients.
Sure.
So just to start, what kind of inspired you to kind of get into the title company field?
Actually, I knew nothing about title. I had been in a job where I was traveling a lot before this, and it just was getting too consuming. So a neighbor of mine had a job opening that seemed, she's like, you've been in sales. It's going to be local sales. I think you'd be a great fit. So we just, did an interview with her and got into it, and it turned out to really be a fitting career.
Nice. How do you like it so far?
You know what, this industry, it's wonderful when you're helping people, essentially getting them into the biggest investment, one of the biggest investments of their lives. So when it's the end goal and they're in their home with their, it's really rewarding to see that.
So you're constantly meeting with new people and stuff like that's awesome. Do you have a good memory or something that kind of sticks out from that you've dealt with?
Yeah, there's been a lot of situations where things will come up on title that may set, where you think you're going to close this day, and it turns out, now we don't think we're going to, and which is really, sometimes people have moving trucks, in their driveways, and they're set to be, they got to go. They're moving to another state. So there has been, some times where there's some close calls, but just pulling the whole team together. I've went as far as going to the county myself to get, a document, or, pulling Hail Marys to try to speed something along as fast as I humanly possibly can. So when you do have those times where it does work out, it's, it's very rewarding.
That's awesome. I guess what kind of values drive what you do and kind of how you work as a person?
Sure. For me, I know I guess I like to think when you're going out, let's say to buy a new car or something like that. I really hate when people are too salesy and commercially. I really truly I connect most with people that are, you can tell they're standing back, but they're being respectful, and they genuinely just want to help you in the best possible way they can. So that's very much so my approach. I don't want to be down your throat or anything like that. I just want to be there to guide and help you in any way genuinely possible.
That's awesome. What is the favorite part of your job right now?
Yes. I love just when we get to go out, because there's so many events and cool things happening. So it's awesome when I get, maybe agents or lenders or even builders reach out, and they just, they have loved our partnership. And maybe they want to do an event and we're going to partner together on it. Just so even kind of the scratch your back thing, you guys are really great to us,
right?
And we want to be great to you back. So that's an awesome dynamic that I really like.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Those relationships that we form, and when I came to At Properties, that was a big thing for me, and why I decided on At Properties too was just so that relationship for me, you know, that not the like you said, the car salesman, know, we definitely don't function like that. And that's something that I do resonate with well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, as far as transparency with what you do, and let's talk about, I guess, the title process.
Sure.
So how does, if I'm a homeowner and, I'm interested in a property and you guys run title for me, what does that process look like?
Sure. So we can start, the title order process, one of two ways. Either we're going to start prelim title, which just means that you've listed the home, or maybe there's no deal made on it, but we're going to start the title work on our end. So we're going to go ahead and get the property, we're going to get it searched, and the person who resides there searched, just to make sure that the property's coming up clean and nothing has been filed against the current owner, judgment, liens, things of that nature. And then once, so prelim's always a good idea, because then we're getting a head start, on the title process. So if
Mhm.
there are things that come up that we don't like, now we're getting a good game plan ahead of time to try to work that out, so we're not getting too many hiccups before closing. And then pretty much once the deal's made, there is a quick search that is ran against buyers, but usually it's not as extensive, because a lot of the times, you know, cash deals are easy, but if there is a loan, obviously the loan
Mhm.
officer has done that vetting, pretty much. So, yeah, really, it's about a 30, I would say, typical loan involved. It's about a 30-day process. Cash could be quick. We could close in could be anywhere from, maybe 2 weeks. But yeah, it's pretty much, and then from there, once we've got title to be free and clear, that's when you go ahead and you schedule the closing. So that's when your clients are going to come in. You're going to come in, probably the lender too. We're going to sit down. They're going to, fill out and file all the paperwork, and
Mhm.
then that's when the title is literally, we're giving you guys that new owner. We're giving them the insurance contract to go ahead and move title over to the new owner.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And then I'm sure that you've had a lot. Well, I'm sure you've experienced some
Mhm.
tough conversations with some folks. I
Sure.
guess, how do you approach a client that is having a difficult time, getting that title cleared,
Mhm.
or possibly it not clearing at all and not being
Sure.
able to purchase that home? I guess, how do you handle that?
Sure. Yeah, though those are the tricky situations, to where maybe, or even somebody thought they were going to be able to sell, and then we start doing some digging, and maybe they're like very much so underwater. And that's why we do like to have title going as soon as we possibly can.
Hmm.
Even on the other side, if a buyer doesn't work out, so then that way, we're trying to get as ahead as we possibly can, to then where maybe if the listing agent, you guys need to find now a new buyer, well, what, at least we've had title going, we've got the process started. So now, if you guys do need to drop the deal, and they're got to move forward with a new buyer, we're halfway through the process now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do you have any advice for potential clients on their side? I
Mhm.
mean, are there things that they can do to kind of like at least kind of smooth the bumps out in the process? I mean, you guys are already running title
Mhm.
almost immediately and
Mhm.
beforehand to get ahead of these problems. But
Mhm.
as a client
Mhm.
or a potential client, what are some things that they could do to kind of help you guys out and then just kind of be involved?
Sure. I would say just making sure that they're staying on top of, like, you know, what mortgages they have open, certain things maybe that they didn't even realize were still open. Just making sure that they're aware of everything they're making, payments on, and that they're up to date, and that, being proactive, maybe going to the county or things of that nature, just to see, if anything has been filed. You'd be surprised what people don't know, or don't remember, maybe from way back in the day. There could be things that they totally forgot about. So just making sure, like, what's of record of you, and that it's, up to date, and things are being paid off, properly.
Okay,
Mhm.
awesome. And then here's your opportunity to kind of
Mhm.
flex a little bit. So
Mhm.
what makes you different from other title companies?
Sure. Well, in Indiana, it's what's known as a filed rate state. So a lot of the title, the actual fees and the pricing, we can't vary too much from any other. Like, it all has to be relatively streamlined, by the way that the rates are filed. So as far as product, a lot of us, we're offering the same thing, but it's really, I would say, there's two things. One being, sales reps are I'd like to say that I can be different as far as just what I'm going to do, for an agent, for example, of trying to know your guys' job
Mm,
well, so that I can help you, whether it is you're trying to find leads or maybe you're trying to grow on social media,
mhm.
or you might need marketing ideas. I'm going to work with you as like a valuable asset so that we can kind of work together, because then if you're getting more clients, we would hope and respect that then those deals that are being made are being passed along to us for title. So we're trying to create like a win-win situation.
Right.
And then I would say too, just staff. I like to tell them that I'm not the only one in sales. Our processors, our closers, even front desk people, like you guys are all in sales. So, we very much so have a home friendly approach as to where, we're not going to treat you like a number. You're going to be somebody that, we're going to treat everybody with the same respect, the same level of customer service, and we really strive on that of having top-notch, good quality, sincere service.
Okay, that's great, and it kind of goes back and drives home that relationship that you have it with your clients, and
Yeah.
that's extremely important
Mhm.
nowadays, especially after COVID. I feel like I was in the restaurant industry for a long while, and a lot of it is just people don't want to interact with other people a lot
Yes,
anymore, and it's so
absolutely.
different. So just I think when you do find a company that
Mhm.
really puts relationships above all else, besides the business and the money and stuff,
Yes,
I,
yes,
I see that it being so important in being as a business owner, or just as an agent, or just someone that's trying to serve the general public, and
exactly.
that's absolutely important, and that's something that I love, that you guys do, especially with us. The fact that you're sitting here with me and helping me out with this interview,
Sure,
speaks volumes. Um, so I guess what is the future hold for you? Like
sure.
where do you see yourself in the next few years? Do you have like goals in mind, or?
Yeah, I would love to. Um, it would be great maybe to get into like a regional management type role
Okay.
to try to build proper more and recruit more sales reps just so that way we can grow proper title in Northwest Indiana.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have.
Cool.
Wasn't long, but
Awesome.
I think a lot of what you were saying today is very important, and
Yeah,
I definitely want to spread the word what you guys are doing here.
sure.
And of course, if you guys have any clients, don't hesitate to reach out
Yeah.
to either myself or Brittany here. But yeah, I'll leave all of the contact information in the video. You guys can get a hold of us then. All right,
Cool.
thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
I'd like to thank Brittany Herbert from Proper Title from taking time out of her busy schedule to sit down with me. And I'd like to thank all of you who took the time to watch my very first episode of Behind the Sale, Real Talk on Real Estate. Our next episode will be with Chris Cavall from Proper Mortgage, where we'll discuss lender programs, grants, and market trends. If you want to keep up to date with real estate, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and thank you all for your support. Till next time.